Hey guys, this is Jason here. Thought I would do a comic book video. I have not done one since I have started collecting comic books, which was about like a month ago. And I've accumulated quite a lot in that time. And I've read quite a lot. So I figured I have read and bought enough books that I can make a sufficiently informative video. So yeah, I've just gotten into comic books. These are all trade paperbacks. I don't have any single issues. It's hard to justify the price, unfortunately. Yeah, so may as well just get started. So first I have here All-Star Western Volume 1 and All-Star Western Volume 2. This is a series I knew basically nothing about. I was not familiar with the character of Jonah Hex. I have not seen the film. I had heard of Arkham, mainly because of Arkham Asylum. So basically the story, it's about it's sort of this buddy cop kind of thing. Bounty hunter Jonah Hex teams up with Amadeus Arkham in Gotham City in the mid-1800s, I think. And they pretty much they solve crimes like, Jonah Hex is in for the money. He's a bounty hunter. He wants to get paid, and it's just funny. It's actually a really funny series because there's a great dynamic between the two main characters because they are so polarizingly different. So you've got Arkham, who is a doctor, and he's very eloquent, and has a certain moral code, whereas Jonah Hex has no moral code whatsoever, well, for the most part. And he does not talk in an eloquent manner. He's more sort of right to the point, kind of... he's a bit of a rogue. And they're just together, they're really funny, just like this sort of symbiotic relationship that I really enjoy. Also, the art in that series is amazing. It's probably my favorite art style of all the books I've read so far, because it uses like these thickly drawn lines, and just has this kind of, I'm not good at describing art. I am not good at that kind of thing, but it just has a style that I really like. That's about as much as I can delve into that, because I don't know what I'm talking about. So next I have Animal Man, Volume 1, and also Volume 2. Animal Man is another one I was basically not familiar with whatsoever. I don't think I had ever heard of the character. So Animal Man is Buddy Baker, he's an actor now. I think he was something prior to becoming Animal Man. I can't quite remember. But it's pretty cool. I've only read Volume 1 so far. I've not read Volume 2 yet. But I liked it a lot. It's definitely different to the other comic books I've read. It has a different kind of tone, I guess. And oftentimes it doesn't even feel like a superhero story. Yeah, it's different, but I quite like it. Next I have Aquaman Volume 1 and Aquaman Volume 2. Aquaman, of course, I had heard of Aquaman, but he never really had the highest reputation. And that is definitely referenced in the books, because I've read both volumes so far. I'm waiting to get Volume 3, hopefully soon. But yeah, they do make references to the fact that Aquaman is kind of a joke and sort of lame. Like, people make jokes like, "Oh, you're not in the water. What can you do? You're powerless," and all that kind of thing. But it's got a really fun tone to it. It's very lighthearted, and but it has some darkness as well, of course. And I'm sure as the series progresses, it will get even more dark, because it looks like some stuff will go down pretty soon. But it's really good, and I just hope that a actually good adaptation of Aquaman comes out, because the character deserves it. It's really great. So I don't know if he's appearing in Batman vs Superman. I think he might be, because I know they've got Jason Momoa cast. So that would be awesome, but Yeah, the character deserves a better film career, I suppose, than he's had. Next, I have Batman Volume 1, Batman Volume 2, and there's my dog barking in the background. Hopefully that's not too loud. And Batman Volume 3. I have read all 3 volumes of that so far. It's excellent. It's Batman. I mean, what else can you expect? It's a really solid series. I really like the concept of the Court of Owls, which All-Star Western also delves into a little bit. It's really fascinating. And the last one, Death of the Family, that one was pretty dark. That had the Joker, and he was getting up to some mischief. He was doing some things that was kind of disgusting and classic Joker. But yeah, the Batman series is great. It looks great. It has a fairly dark tone, I suppose, compared to other Batman adaptations I've seen. Probably most comparable to like The Dark Knight or something, like in terms of just like the humor ratio to the darkness of it. But yeah, it's a great series. Next we have Catwoman Volume 1. I am currently reading this at the moment, and I'm actually quite enjoying it. It's, yeah, on the flip side of Batman, this is much more lighthearted. It definitely has some darkness to it as well. Some pretty bad things have gone down. But it also has more of a focus on the relationship between Catwoman and Batman. I'm only halfway through the first volume, and they've already like hooked up a bunch of times. So I think this is trying to be more female orientated. But it's fun. It has like she's kind of a witty character. She's making jokes and stuff, snarky remarks, that kind of thing. I like that. I didn't know what to expect from this one at all, but I'm enjoying it. Next we have The Flash Volume 1 and The Flash Volume 2. I love the Flash TV series, so I was really excited to check out the book. I have only read Volume 1 so far. I only just received Volume 2 yesterday. Yeah, it's great. I like Barry Allen as a character. And if you've seen the show, then the books are quite different. At least Volume 1 is. So, like, pretty much everybody looks different. There's different characters. A lot of characters that we're familiar with in the show that aren't in the books, at least not yet. So it's definitely a change of pace, but it's a lot of fun. And if you like The Flash, like it's a great series to check out. Yeah, what can I say? It's awesome. Now, this is one I have not read, Green Arrow Volume 1. I have been watching Arrow, the TV series, and it's quite good. I'm in Season 2, and I'm much preferring that to Season 1 at the moment. So, I'm interested to get into the books. Green Arrow, not Green Lantern. Green Arrow did appear in, I believe it was Injustice, which I'll come to in a second. And he was finding that. He has like a funny little arc with Harley Quinn, and that's actually, I'm really interested to read Volume 2 and see where that goes. I'm pretty sure it's Injustice. I could be misremembering because I've read so many comics lately that they do tend to blur together a little bit, but I think it was Injustice. But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out Green Arrow, and I'm not sure how different it is from the show, but if it's anything like The Flash, it will be quite different. Next is... Oh, no, already opened that one. Next is Green Lantern, Volume 1, Sinestro. I liked this. Green Lantern was another one I wasn't particularly familiar with, apart from the Ryan Reynolds film, which we shall not speak of again. My only problem with Green Lantern is it's one of two. I can't remember what the other one is. But I believe it's one of the two New 52 series that did not get a complete reboot. So basically it has assumed history. History that I am not particularly familiar with. So that was kind of difficult because they reference things I'm like, what? I don't know what this is. So that was interesting. But, I mean, it's not too difficult to get into. It's still, like, really enjoyable, entertaining, but it you can get lost if you have not read Green Lantern. I think I'll have to go back and read some other Green Lantern stories prior to New 52 to sort of get a better grip on the character and the Green Lantern Corps and all of that stuff, and Hal's like personal relationships and that kind of thing. Because the Green Lantern Ryan Reynolds film was probably not the best introduction to the Green Lantern universe. So anyway, next is Injustice: Gods Among Us, which I mentioned just before, just volume 1. It's excellent. It's a very different series because it's like another one of those sort of what if scenarios, and it has this kind of feeling that anything could happen. Like pretty much in the first 5 pages, I won't spoil it, I won't say who, but a character that we all know and enjoy gets killed off pretty unceremoniously. So that kind of sets the tone for the whole series. So I'm really excited to read the next one. Apparently the way they number the issues is weird. Or number the volumes, I should say, because it's like this one is just volume 1, which is normal, but apparently it goes volume 1, then volume 2, then it goes to year 2, volume 1, then year 2, volume 2, and year 3, volume 1, etc., which kind of bugs me. I just like the numbers in chronological order, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So I'm not sure why they chose to do that. Maybe because it is a sort of closed-ended series, because I believe that they're stopping after the 10th volume. I think they pretty much set it out from the beginning, so maybe that's why they chose to do that. But I'm not a fan of that. I would prefer if they just did the standard numbering, because it's kind of inconsistent. But yeah, Injustice is great. I definitely recommend it if you want a different kind of Justice League story. Justice League story where Batman and Superman kind of hate each other. And it's actually, that conflict is a good introduction for Batman vs. Superman coming out next month. So yeah, I would definitely suggest reading that. Next is Justice League Volume 1 and Justice League Volume 2. I've only read Volume 1 thus far, but I really enjoyed it. It's probably the most fun out of all of the books I've read. It is lighthearted. You got really fun character dynamics between, I especially liked Batman and Green Lantern together. They were really funny. But then you got Wonder Woman, who kind of comes in as a sort of fish out of water kind of thing. Like the whole thing with her delight at ice cream cracked me up. Yeah, it's really good. It's not the deepest in terms of like mythology and that kind of thing, but it's a fun ride. It's just really enjoyable just to see all of the Justice League together, just killing bad guys, taking names, all of that stuff. It's really a lot of fun. I can't wait to read Volume 2. That might be the next one I read after Catwoman. Next we have Suicide Squad Volume 1, Volume 1 again, Volume 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4. I have only read Volume 1. I only just got the Volumes 2, 3, and 4 yesterday. It's hard for me to talk about this one because Suicide Squad was, I believe, the second book that I read, and I've read so many since that I've kind of forgotten what happened. I just know Suicide Squad is a lot of fun. I pretty much got it in anticipation of the film, especially after that trailer with the Queen song. I'm just really excited for the film, and also Assault on Arkham, the DC animated film, is also really good. So yeah, I enjoy Suicide Squad a lot. I like Harley Quinn a lot as a character. And all the other ones are really fun. You've got Deadshot, El Diablo, Killer Croc, Captain Boomerang. Who else is in it? I can't remember. But it's a lot of fun. From memory. I probably need to reread it before I read Volume 2 because it's been a while. Anyhow, next is Superman Action Comics Volume 1. Yeah, not read this at all. Don't know a whole lot about it, but I mean, it seems like a classic Superman thing. Like, Action Comics was the first series he appeared in, so pretty much like the first superhero story ever, I guess, in Action Comics. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading that one. Don't know what to expect, but hopefully it will be fun. Next is Wonder Woman Volume 1 and Wonder Woman Volume 2. I've read just Volume 1 thus far, which is kind of a running theme for me. But I liked it. I didn't love it. I feel like not knowing a lot about Greek mythology and that kind of thing, I feel like I would have a deeper appreciation for like all the characters and stuff if I had more knowledge of Greek mythology. But it's still enjoyable. And I'm certainly looking forward to reading more of it. Yeah. Anyway, next is one of the few. I was gonna say it's a like a standalone book, but it's not because it does have a sequel. But it is The Long Halloween. This is a great one, basically about a murderer that is killing people on every holiday. So Christmas, New Year, Halloween, of course, Valentine's Day. That kind of thing. It's really, really good. It's an epic, I guess, when it comes to like, it's just got this like story, you know, with you got these multiple gangs. You've got these two gangs sort of accusing each other of killing off their members, and then you've got Harvey Dent and Jim Gordon trying to catch the killer, and then other stuff going down at the same time. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And the Joker is probably the creepiest Joker I have seen so far. Just, the way he was drawn just creeps me out. Yeah, it's pretty creepy, but it's definitely recommend that one. It's a lot of fun. Next is Gotham Central, Volume 1. Not read it. It sounds pretty cool. It sounds like it's going to focus more on Gotham as a city rather than just as Batman and that kind of thing. So I'm really interested to check that out because Gotham is a fascinating city full of crime and all kinds of crazy characters and that kind of thing. So I'm really looking forward to that. Next is Superman Red Sun. I love what-if stories, as I mentioned with Injustice, and this is a great one as well. Basically, it's asking what would happen if Superman landed in communist Russia instead of the United States, and how would he be different? What ideology would he have? And all of that stuff. It's really good. It's really interesting. I actually would like to reread it soon, just because it's politically fascinating. Cold War stuff is fascinating to me. So yeah, it's set pretty much like in the 60s, and it has a crazy ending. And oh man, it's really good. I don't want to say too much about it, but it's excellent. And finally, the last comic I have here is Deadpool, the complete collection by Daniel Way. So I believe this is a collection of like maybe 20 issues of Deadpool. I don't know how complete it is. So I'm not that versed in Deadpool, but I bought it after watching the film, which I really enjoyed. So I'm looking forward to reading that. Hopefully it has the same kind of fun that the film has. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know exactly what to expect because I've heard opinions like saying the film was better than the books, that the Deadpool kind of like the meta-ness and the fourth wall breaking stuff works better on film than it does in print. So I will have to read it and see if I agree with that or not. But yeah, it looks good. So and I've got a little Deadpool Funko Pop. I bought this the other day. It's cool. I love Deadpool. And just as a sort of side note, I have here all of my DC and Marvel related Blu-rays. So I'm trying to, at the moment, trying to get all of the Avengers universe stuff. I want to get into more Marvel. I mean, I've seen all of the Avengers stuff, but I want to get into more Marvel books, and so I'm rewatching all of the Marvel films. And they're all great, of course. And yeah, I've got a lot more DC than I do Marvel, because I've got like the animated DC films, the Dark Knight trilogy, the first two Superman films. Got Flash, The Flash, and Gotham, which I've not watched Gotham yet, but that looks fun. But I've got those, and Watchmen, which I watched the other day and liked but didn't love. And I think that's because I'm not familiar with the book. So I've just ordered the book, actually, a hardcover copy of Watchmen. I'm really excited to read that. I reckon I will have a deeper appreciation for it after I read it. But anyway, so that is my fairly... not small, I guess, but in terms of like how quickly I've accumulated, it's not too bad. It's like, I think almost 30 books. So in the last month or two, I've gotten all of these. So I'll definitely slow down my purchasing, I think, because there's so much unread stuff there. But it's hard when there's so much good stuff to get, and they look really cool on the shelf, just from a superficial point of view. But anyway, that will do it for my video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.